Hearts of Midlothian have announced that Robbie Neilson has been removed from his post as manager after 4 defeats on the bounce, a defeat against St Mirren. Robert Snodgrass gets sent off. Robbie, two Robbies shafting each other, and Robbie Neilson out of a job despite getting Hearts up to third place, finishing third last year, European football. He saved them twice for the depths of the Championship. Has he been unfairly treated here?
I think he's screwed. I guess you could argue this is a permanent red card from the club to Robbie. Don't agree with it. Don't think he should have been sacked. I think he should have been given at least till the end of the season. And even if he got to the end of the season and didn't finish
third, he probably still deserves his job. But if you look at Robbie Neilson, man, he single-handedly, improved Hearts. Only like the first time he's kept them up. He's brought them up twice for the Championship, and I feel like he's been shafted here. Many people. I mean, you look at Twitter, you look at everywhere saying that Robbie Neilson has been screwed. I mean, is screwed too strong of a word? And I don't know. When you look at Lee Johnston, the fact that he's in a job, I would go as far as saying it's screwed. I don't know why this has happened. I mean, we've seen Hearts, the stadium outside at the badge, get spray painted with "fuck off Neilson" or whatever it said. I mean, again, that's just one fan or maybe a gang of fans, but I think the strong majority wanted Robbie to stay, and I feel like Hearts have. It's a knee-jerk reaction. I think they've just seen, all right, 4 defeats in a row, we have to get rid of him. I mean, who are they going to bring in? Is Ian Cathro going to return? Is Craig Lefine going to whip out 4-6-0 and probably finish 7th? Who's going to come in here to get the job done? Bushy boy.
Clark.
Steve Clark's no coming out of international management to manage this shit show, in my opinion. So, Steve Clark, I mean, I don't know if he's going to be anywhere near the favourites in the bookmakers. I don't know who's going to be. I mean, who do you want as Hearts manager, Hearts man?
Just told you, Stevie Clark.
But he's not getting it, so someone else. Someone realistic is not even in a job.
Oh, God.
Neil Lennon?
No. No. Who would I want? I'm trying to think of realistic options. You know what? Stephen Robinson's done alright. I don't know if he's Hearts level, but I mean, Derek McKinn's, I don't know. I mean,
but he's Kelly.
Davy Martin did. give Davy a chance.
Would Steven Gerrard take the Hearts job?
I'd take Gerrard. Don't know if he'd take us. I'd take Gerrard.
I don't think Gerrard would, but
yeah, I would take.
I'm
Gerrard.
actually genuinely shocked that this has happened.
Right, you know what? I don't think realistically. Here's what I want. I either want us to get Steve Clark, because I believe the guy is one of the best managers in Britain, or I want us to kind of do what Celtic done and go down a route and appoint a foreign manager who has got like ambition and like a winning track record and plays good attacking football. There's no point me listing a name of managers that we all know in the Scottish Premiership, because I just don't feel like. I mean, I know I mentioned Stephen Robinson, I know I mentioned Derek McKinn's, but if we've got any ambition really of breaking into the top 2, none of those guys are ever going to do it.
No.
So, I mean, Steve Clark would be my number 1 pick. If not, then I would like us to go for somebody else. I mean, I think for too long we see the same managers get passed around. I mean, it was the same in the English Premiership for decades. You literally got the likes of Alan Pardew, Sam Allardyce, Roy Hodgins.
He's still there.
You get the same managers.
Harry Redknapp
that have never done anything. Tony Pulis, and it's like they just get passed around and passed around and passed around, and like I feel like they just go to one club to another like stepping stones, but they don't. It's just sideward steps. It's not like anyone ever goes anywhere. So if we can't get Steve Clark, I would like us to try and maybe go down and appoint an unknown route. I think that would be interesting to see. It worked for Celtic, so why not? Maybe it could work for us.
Let's say Ange didn't go to Celtic and he went to Hearts. Where would Hearts be this season? Bear in mind he would have had 2 seasons. Where would they be? Would they be on the coattails? Would Rangers be on the verge of 3 in a row? What changes? What if Ange went to Hearts? I love a theory.
If you look at some of the players Ange has signed, they got them on cheap. Like, was Kyogo not a free?
I can't remember, but I know
Hatate was a free.
I know he spent a few millions, right? But it's been low millions. It's not like.
But most of the Maeda, Kyogo, Hatate were all pretty much next to nothing. Now, would they been able to attract them from the J League to Hearts? I don't know. But I would just like to see us try and go down a different route, appoint somebody new. I don't want to go down the Ian Caffro route, so... But it's like, I just feel like with the selection of managers you've got, it's like, do you really want to go around it's like a merry-go-round of the same old managers? Like, I want something different, I want something fresh.
Exactly.
I would have kept Robbie Neilson, but we don't have him anymore.
At least give him to the end of the season. And see these people, I know, right, there's some jobs where they have to go now, right? Like Gio had to go even before he got sacked. But see with Neilson, I wouldn't say it's that bad. Surely even if he was in the bottom half, right, he's earned the right to fight for it. He got Hearts guaranteed group stage football. Albeit, right, I've seen some people say, oh, well, he should have beat Surrich, right, and blah, blah, blah. See Hearts on paper, should they really be beating Surrich? I think it's a close tie, but to say they should really be beating them, I think's burying the guy's achievements.
Probably not, no,
And they got dealt a hard group, I'm not going to take it away from them.
If we're being honest, top teams from any sort of decent European league are favourites over any team in the Scottish League apart from the Old Firm. That's just the honest. See teams see if you name the top 5 teams from like the Belgian league or like the Dutch league, any sort of leagues like Turkish league, they're all going to be favourites over anybody in Scotland apart from Rangers and Celtic. And depending on who it is, maybe even over Rangers and Celtic. I just think the gap in Scotland, the drop between the top 2 in Scotland to the rest is bigger than the drop between like the top 2 in Belgium and the third place team, you know what I mean? It's not the same.
Maybe Hearts have just seen what Aberdeen have done, sacked their manager, and Aberdeen have went on a winning run.
Yeah, but I don't believe Barry Robson's the right man for Aberdeen. We're on a good run, I get that, but if I was an Aberdeen fan, despite their good run of form, I would not want Barry Robson to be appointed the permanent manager.
Exactly, but...
Same goes for Stuart Kettlewell, right? He's having a good run. I don't think we'll see Stuart Kettlewell continuing success on with Motherwell for the next couple of seasons.
We don't see it, guys, but that is it. Robbie Neilson out. We'll make a fid about who'll replace him and then who actually does replace him, but that will... are they going to give a caretaker? Are they going to get someone in now or what?
Don't know.
It seems rushed, so in my opinion, they probably don't have a clue.
You've seen Aberdeen a couple of weeks ago were trying to get the Poland manager, and that's just something I'd like to see Hearts do. Right? Like, I get it. Sometimes going the foreign route doesn't always work. We've seen that before. We've seen it with Celtic, Ronnie Dyler, Rangers with Pedro Casino. Sometimes going for the unknown quantity doesn't always work, but sometimes going for the outsider kind of does work, and we've seen that. Rick Gerrard was an outsider. Never really had a job before. Rangers took a chance, it worked. Brendan Rodgers, that was a massive deal for Celtic. It wasn't someone that just gets passed around the leagues he worked. Ange Postecoglou, unknown quantity, took a chance on him work. So you just have to take a chance, You
gotta have faith.
I think I would rather, honestly, I know I do like Derek McKinnon and that, and I always say Davy Martindale, he's done a great job at Livy. But honestly, I'd rather see Hearts go down the unknown route. I'd rather see Hearts bring in a guy that I've never heard of, similar to when Celtic brought in Ange, than us sign any manager from the Scottish League.
Would you take Pedro Casina?
No.
And on that note, guys, Ian Caffro back in the door in Edinburgh.